Welcome. What I'd like to do in this video is to show the configuration of EIGRP. We have here a network, obviously goes through, we have 4 routers that are connected via serial ports to create a network going from 192.168.1 network to the 10.0.0.0 network, masked with a 24-bit subnet mask. In order to get there, I want to use the dynamic routing protocol EIGRP. Let's go to our first router here. We'll go to the command line interface. Everything looks like it's up. Enable. The first thing that I like to do when I do these things is show an IP route, because that tells me what I need to advertise. EIGRP by default does an auto summary. Since the 172.17.0.0 network is subnetted, in this case with a 30-bit subnet mask, then I'm going to have to give the no auto summary on this network. So I can go into configure mode and do a router EIGRP, and now I have to give it an autonomous system number. Autonomous system numbers says, hey, all your routers with the same number share information with each other. So let's just use 100. It doesn't matter what the autonomous system number is as long as they're all the same autonomous system number. After that, I need to give the network commands, and I can give the 172.17.0.0. I could put the wildcard mask on here if I wanted to, or I can just use the enter key. You could also just use the, if we had an interface address, we could use the interface address too, and it'll figure out the network address for us. And then we're going to go with network 192.168.1.0. Now I want to give it the no auto summary, which means that it's going to recognize the subnetted network addresses. That should take care of all of the routes that we need on router C. We'll go to router D. Try to get down here into the frame, I hope, and go through the same process. The show IP route tells us which ones we need to do. It's not actually advertising a route, a network that's attached to it. It's going from location to location, but we need to have that in the routes in order to get from here to there. It's 30-bit subnet mask. We have 3 networks on it, so we can go into configure mode and advertise our networks. 172.17.0.0. I guess if I told it what the protocol is, it would work better, wouldn't it? Router EIGRP, and this, again, we have to have the same autonomous system number without a dot. Now we should be able to do our network, and we've established immediately a neighbor adjacency. And so let's advertise the other networks, the 4 and the 8. So we have established the adjacencies that we needed immediately when we did that. We still need to give this one the no auto summary. It's now gone back and said, oh, okay, instead of advertising all of these, I'm only going to advertise the specific routes that are available, and it re-established the adjacency. Let's go to router F. Router F, again, is not really advertising anything. Show IP route. And we have 2 of them here, again, subnetted, but everything on this one can be advertised. So I think it would be okay leaving the auto summary on here. So let's see if I can go get into config mode. Router EIGRP 100 network 172.17.0.4 establishes the adjacency and .12. We could give it the no auto summary, or we could not give this one the no auto summary, since it's advertising everything that's on it. Router E, get it down here in the frame. Show IP route. And now we're going to go to config T, and we're going to router EIGRP 100 network. And this one we're going to not want the auto summary. We have a 10.0.0.0, and now we need to tell it what its mask is going to be, and this is going to be a wildcard mask. If you haven't used a wildcard mask, what it is, the simple way to get a wildcard mask is just subtract the default subnet or the subnet mask from 255.255.255.255, all 255s. And in this case, since we got a 255.255.255.0, we'll have a 0.0.0.255. And then we're going to have the network 170, back to the 172.17.0.8, and we have the adjacency and .12. And in this one we need to now give it the no auto summary, or it will advertise the entire 10 Class A network. So we have the no auto summary on it. Now let's see if we have any routes. IP route. The D's, the dual, represent EIGRP routes, and we got the 10. 90 is the administrative distance. How reliable is this one? So EIGRP uses a 90 to tell us how sure it is of these things. So we're going to go to the 192.168.1 network via 172.17.0.5. So we've got the networks, we've got the routes shared. I'm going to be really brave here. I actually haven't tried this. Let's see if we can get from here to there. What I want to do is use a trace route 10.0.0.2, because if it fails, then we can find where it fails. So we're at the 172.17.0.10 address waiting, and it got all the way there, which tells us that our EIGRP routers are working. The EIGRP route is working. We configured it. It's not a real complicated protocol to configure. It takes a little bit more resources. It's probably the best protocol, has the best of all worlds. The downside is it's a Cisco proprietary protocol. But that's all it takes in order to configure EIGRP in a network. With that, I hope this has been useful, and thank you for watching.